Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Lunchcraft. Let me get my timer started real quick. You know how it is. Welcome back, everybody. I am back from a week of travel, and I was able to play a little bit offline during my travel week. Here's what I got done while I was away. As you can see, the sugarcane farm improvements are upon us. I've started to get this going. A lot of observers, a lot of pistons, which means a lot of redstone, and a lot of iron blocks, if you couldn't tell. Oh, hello. I've been AFKing this morning, so let's just take care of that real quick. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I've been having a pretty good week. Okay, I was going to show you guys a little bit more of this sugarcane. Hopefully those phantoms aren't... Oh, hello, chest. Going to cause us any issues. Let's see how production's going. So, yeah, sharing, this is essentially what I was doing before, sharing one line of redstone on these observers. So if either side triggers, it should clear out both sides, as you just saw there. Beautiful. And doing that down the line here, I'm going to stop this side here, so I have a little walkway. This side will go all the way to the wall, and I think maybe from here to the wall will be bamboo instead of sugarcane. But I need to do a little more resource gathering. Specifically, redstone has been taking, the redstone part of it. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't have enough redstone. I need more redstone. On that note, chest minecart unloader. This has been a fun little project here. Basically, when I'm down in the mines, I want to be able to send a chest full of loot up while I continue to mine. So this will, when that chest sends up, it'll get stuck up here, unload in the hopper, and empty into the chest. I was going to go grow some brown mushrooms in the caves at some point. Haven't done that yet. While it's unloading, that light turns on. Not that it's extremely noticeable, and especially if I'm in the mines, it doesn't really matter, but whatever. As a part of this, I also wanted my transportation to still be functional, so little button press here dispenses a minecart, and that button sends it down, and I can just fill this up with a bunch of minecarts to fill up the dispenser. So that's that. Functional, it works, it's great. I did do a little spelunking. Like I said, I needed redstone, so I did that. I have a little bit left, not a ton, and it's all upstairs, I believe, with the sugarcane farm. And lastly, this will be the topic of today's video here, is library construction. Da-da-da! We have done some construction. We moved in we moved in the librarians that we had already had. So those guys are all in place here. I did add a little, and these are up on the wall because I need to be able to use rails on the side here. These are supposed to be just to collect experience. I can push these dudes up and the experience will flow through, but because the lectern has this gap on the side, I don't actually have issues with getting experience from the librarians, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this. Would be a good little, whatchamacallit. It would be a good little thing to have for other villager trades, but not necessarily for these guys. The fireplace was out of necessity because I ended up breaking through this wall when I was building the minecart unloader. So just added a little fireplace for aesthetics. And this little gap here is where I'm planning to feed all the sugar cane down, and I don't know exactly how much real estate this is going to take, but I want them to convert to paper, so I just have all my paper right here for doing trades. But yeah, so today I wanted to finish building this out and get a few more villagers. We'll see if we end up having time to get more villagers. I figure that's probably the lower on the priority list. But for today, I'll just show you guys. I've already started carving out where I want all the villagers to be. Whether or not this will actually be the... whether or not all these little cubbies will be there. I need to dig it all out. I need to make sure that... See? That's what I'm talking about. I didn't really plan out how close this is to other stuff. So we can probably call these cubbies... well, the thing is, if I just don't build anything on the side of this wall, then we should be good. We'll put a wall here. We'll still keep these cubbies. I think I did the math, and it's like 28 villagers total, 28 librarians total that I can store here, so quite a good amount, if you ask me. Should be more than enough librarians for the rest of this world. Oh, okay. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the little piston thing, so this could be fine if I... Ooh, just kidding, there's a redstone torch there. This cubby is not gonna work, so we will just fill it in. We should have grabbed these to begin with. Fill it in with some bookshelves. Sorry, cubby. Oh. Make sure... Okay, there shouldn't be any spawnable area in here. We'll just put some extra blocks. This one. How we looking? Should be okay. Dig this one out. And I really am not doing a good job with planning out what resources I need here, so... For the ceiling, I'll talk while I do stuff. I want to do kind of a arched roof. So I don't know why I'm making this taller, actually, if I'm no longer going to be pushing them up. So let me just correct. They don't need extra room. That should be fine. And that's the model we'll go with. This upper layer. They're just going to live on that block for all of eternity. I widened this path up here using these shelves. I think it's nice. You don't have to worry about skipping over the ladder too much. And this is where we have Iron Farm on the other side. I think the end goal, I do want like most of my farms to be pretty close together. So I think it's fine if, you know, they're touching but not intersecting. I should probably do a better job at planning ahead with these farms, but, you know. I don't know about you guys, but the way I play this game, it's just kind of, I go by feeling. You know, what feels right in the moment. That's what I end up building. Okay, so that's closed off. We will still use these, and this back here will just be an empty area. Can't think about what else we would put up there. Maybe we can still fit something. I won't completely fill in this wall yet. I still need, like... I guess worst case scenario, we would do like, that's gonna be wood, that'll be wood, so I think we can put a wall here, and still be safe. I don't know. I'm just going to leave that there so I know. Don't go beyond this point if I'm going to build anything else up here. I still need other villagers, so I need a place for the different vendors. Vendors? Employees? I don't know what to call them. Okay. Scatterbrained. We need more wood. We have some oak planks. Let's just grab the planks. For the vaulted ceiling, I think I want to match it with spruce. We might not have enough spruce, so we will just do what we can here. And let's see, as far as future adventures, future episodes go, I was thinking I need to find a bastion because the next progression as far as tools go will be netherite. And in order to get netherite gear, we're going to need a smithing template. So that is one of the next adventures planned, is let's go find a bastion in the nether. Leading up to that, I would like to have probably a better sword. Right now I'm just dealing with a plain old enchanted sword, or an unenchanted sword, so I need to get that upgraded. Let's see, we will just use stone. Beautiful. And I'm not worried about that. We shouldn't have any chance of intersecting there in any meaningful way, at least. Cool. All right, so now we have all of our cubbies. I think next we should do the roof, and I think we're good on bookshelves for this point in time. We're gonna need a lot more lecterns, so that will mean we need books. But yeah, let's do the vaulted ceiling next. And just to make things easier, we'll grab some scaffolding. Vaulted ceilings, that's the word I was looking for earlier. So I will have to, and I'm not really looking forward to this, but rip out the redstone and the pistons underneath these guys at some point. Not worried about that today. Okay, let's, I don't know, starting near a corner. And just build that across. Nice. Okay. Maybe we'll go for a shape here. Nah, we'll just kind of make it rectangular to start and maybe draft it sort of on one side before we attempt to do the other. I'm thinking maybe just another 3-4 blocks higher should be sufficient for what we're trying to do with the vaulted ceiling. Might be cool to carry the theme of these beams across. We should probably make this side match with that beam. So we'll do that. I'm limited on spruce right now. I mined a bunch for the library and then haven't replenished since I started the initial build. So, okay. We like a little asymmetry though. I think asymmetry, gives a space character. Like, I put this stone here to kind of give the illusion that that fireplace is going all the way up. Let's think about the ceiling here. It won't really look rounded, I think, if I just do that. And I think it might look a little stubby. Let's frame out this other corner just to get a look for it. That's not going to be helpful. And then maybe a beam across the top could be cool. Let's just fill in some gaps and see what we're looking at here. Just because we are creating a mob spawning ground up there. And then, no, that would probably go like that and be more rounded. So I don't know. I think we're using planks right now, but I think stairs would actually look a lot better. So let's rip this out. It's just looking too chunky. And we don't want it to look too chunky. Helper blocks here. So let's go, we can do it right here. Make some stairs. And we're gonna do that around there. Okay. Helper block here. Ooh, this is tricky. Tricky on scaffolding. If you crouch, you end up going down a layer, which is super fun. Let's just get a couple rows going here so we can see what this looks like. And for the top, that's wrong. Oh no, I want all of you. I'm limited on the resources, so I can't be wasteful. Okay, that edge will curve. Those work? Yep. Scaffolding's tricky. Okay, I think that so far looks decent. Let's go all the way down. See what we're working with. Yeah, okay. I think there are ways we could make it appear more round, possibly, by sort of making these corners chunkier. Let's see what that does. Might do nothing. But we'll have something to compare with here. Get down. Yeah, you know, I'm not mad at that. So I think we'll do that on both sides. And let's continue with excavation. We have obviously lost a few spruce blocks up there. It's fine. We don't need to be too stingy. We can always get more resources if we need to. But we're just digging this out. Let me talk about my work trip, I guess. It was fine. You know, work trips they can be fun in the sense that, oh yay, like my work's paying for a hotel and a rental car, and you know, I'm not spending money on my own gas, or food, but man, it's like something changes when you have a wife and kids, especially the kids part. My wife will be fine, but the kid, it's like, I don't want to be absent. My father, for one, traveled a lot for work when I was growing up, and he was still present on the weekends, you know, so grateful for that. But man, during the weeks, it's like you're just hanging out with mom all week, and that's good too. But you know, I don't want him to only be a mama's boy. So yeah, really just missed the kid, missed my wife, and it's still good. It's still nice. Don't get me wrong. But this specific work trip was kind of a mess. I'd gone out to meet a new coworker of mine who works in this office, and he turned out to not be the best employee. He was taking naps in conference rooms during the day. Yeah, it was an interesting situation, to say the least. I'm glad. Yeah, the trip ended up being a dud. I was like a little pissed off that I spent all my week away from the family just to, yeah, I didn't even get to really work with him, and it was frustrating. It was very frustrating, but they let him go. And it is not a problem anymore. So, well, not my problem anymore. So I'm glad at least the one productive thing from that travel was that we figured out he wasn't the best employee. Okay, I'm stuck up here. For these corners, I used trapdoors. I think I'm going to replace these with shelves just to be consistent. I don't know if I love that, but I just figure, you know, it would be weird if, because there's a separation between the shelf. I could do stairs periodically. I could do stairs all the way around, but I do want to be able to see up to that second row, so that's why I did that. I think it looks all right. You know, it looks all right. I picked up running this year, so I did try to go for a run while I was out there, which was nice. Just one. We don't have a Costco where we live, so I got to go to Costco. I am an avid lover of Costco. This is something everybody who is a friend of mine knows. Oh my gosh. Okay, saved it. So very happy to go to Costco. I have family out there, so I got to see my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, and get some, you know, we're limited in food out here. I wouldn't say it's a food desert, but we don't have a lot of the chains that everyone else has, so it is nice to get to experience some. If I put that there, can I make this longer? I can't put that there. Interesting. Yep, nice. Nice while I was out there to eat some food that I don't normally get to eat, because we just have fewer options where we live. We're a little more remote for reasons. My wife's work, she had to be out here. I'm liking this so far. I already know that I am going to be running low on planks. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, this whole YouTube thing, because I do this for fun, obviously. I'm not necessarily here for all the views, but once you have a YouTube channel, you can't help but pay attention to how many views and likes you're getting. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, and yeah, that pre-recorded episode I did for last week, I don't think it was a dud. I got a lot done. I was actually pretty happy with it, but for some reason it just performed a lot worse, and I wonder, that's got to be something with the YouTube algorithm. I'm sure of it. Okay, come on now. Let me place blocks. Great. Yeah, it's got to be something with the YouTube algorithm. Well, and I released it. Well, I made it unlisted, shared it with a friend to watch it, and so I don't know. I don't know how this algorithm works, but it seems like it's better. It gets in front of more people when you. Come on. Wow, this is a mess. I'm very grateful for scaffolding, but this is messy to work with. It seems to perform, videos seem to perform better just when you schedule them and let them do their thing. Okay, for the top, I do want to hang some lanterns, so I think we're gonna make that a full block, and I think it would be nice if that full block was spruce, stripped spruce. So we'll have those and they'll meet up with the stripped spruce on the top. Just going with our feelings here. I feel like Bob Ross sometimes when I'm playing Minecraft. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's pure vibes. My friend makes fun of me for when I'm in the Nether and I'm like acting calm when I'm fighting things. Internally, I'm like freaking out, having to fight stuff. But she's like, you just seem so calm. I'm like, I'm the furthest thing from calm. Okay, let's get these replaced. That's not where I meant to put that. All good. Okay. Now let's get our however many logs we have, and we've got one stripped one in here, but I think we have some more in our storage. I did have to rearrange some stuff because I'm getting a lot of extra blocks and I'm having to move stuff over. I did get cherry blossoms. Harvested some of those. I found an amethyst when I was spelunking. What else is in here? That's about it. Fun times. Reorganizing my storage. Super exhilarating content, which is why I don't. Which is why I don't do it on camera. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky. Let's just use dirt. Okay, actually, first things first, we need some light up there because the last thing I want are for mobs to be yelling at us while we are just trying to live our lives. Okay, and I think we're gonna want actually for the wood to face out like that. So let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Strip, strip. Boom, bam, bop. Okay. Let's get a torch up here, and hopefully that's enough to get behind there. We'll find out. Nope. Now these I want to be stingy with because they're full on logs, man. That ain't cheap. I think good news is I think we'll have enough. I don't know if I put a torch on that side. Let's light it up. Light it up, up. Name that song in the comments. Go. I don't even know if I can name that song, if I'm being honest. I just know it's a song. Okay, come on. Reach, reach. I don't want to fall off and I don't want to crouch because that hasn't worked out so well. Now, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's break all this crap. Hopefully, we're just gonna say it's good for now. I can always revise it later. That's the beauty. This is the Bob Ross in me. It's like, you know, just it's okay if you make a little mistake. You can always fix it. I think that looks good. It doesn't necessarily smooth out as much as I would hope. But, you know, Minecraft, you can only make things look so smooth. But I think that looks pretty dang cool, if I do say so myself. The last thing I want to do is throw some of these guys up. Throw them up. Sounds gross. Let's more temporary scaffolding. I think this would be nice. Boom. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do, was wanted to match that side. So we are gonna nix this one. We'll just dirt it up for now, so that that's consistent. So now we're down a few spaces as far as villagers, as far as librarians go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on this top floor. That's okay, and I think it's 12 on the bottom, so still 26 is not a bad amount of villagers. I keep calling them villagers, but I mean to say librarians. Okay, I cannot build on a ladder, apparently. Scaffolding on a ladder. 2, 3, lantern. And the goal is to get rid of all these torches, because, you know, torches and books, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. Wow. I have to say, I'm liking that a lot. And this, I think, since you're not going to be able to see it from below, we're just going to make this, well, maybe this one, since you could see this one from below. Okay, I already have a stripped one. Let's just use that. Yeah. Let me take a look. Let me just take a quick gander. I thought this was, you know, kind of looks like a mantle. Maybe it's not the best looking. Maybe it doesn't need to. I think this pillar needed to be here for. Oh yeah. But, you know, I don't know if that block specifically is visible on the other side, and I could potentially make that a bookshelf. I don't want to break anything by doing this. Oh yeah, we're making that a bookshelf. Let's be smart here. Oh wait, okay, so that was here, which means this block does still need to be, well, okay, that'll be the mantle. I have an idea. That's gonna be the mantle, but, oh. Okay. I was wrong. I'm just gonna pretend like that never happened. That needs to be there. However, I think we can still just make this match the rest. I think we can do that. That'll go there, and then the mantle, I think, could just be like beautiful. Some of these guys. You know what might look more mantle-y? Is like half slabs. And I still like the idea of doing wood, actually. We could do like, I'm just gonna test this out real quick. That kind of looks like a mantle, if you ask me. Kinda. It's still kind of chunky. Like maybe if it was just a half slab, it could look better. And instead of this, let's try. Let's try. We're here to try new things together. So let's do this. And boom, bam, bop. And we could put some stuff up top. We could even put these shelves up top still and put, you know, books or whatever. I like that. And, oh, ow, ow, ow. We're gonna need some more of these for shelves. Shelves are so stinking expensive in this game. I think it's such a cool block. I'm glad they added it, but man, oh man, they are expensive. Not only is it you have to use strip spruce logs, but you gotta strip the logs. Okay, all right. This will look great. This will look wonderful. It'll be more symmetrical. I know I said asymmetry is okay, and I'm eating my own words. but I think that actually looks better. Oh yeah, that kind of seems redundant, but we're cool with it. We're cool with it. And maybe bookshelves would look better here. I'm probably not going to keep this. Chest here in the long term. Nice. We can do that. Be very careful. Place that there. Good. We'll do bookshelves here. I'd be good with that. We have a bookshelf. Let's buy some more. How convenient. Who sells a bookshelf? You sells a bookshelf. That looks good. That looks real good. You know, this whole wall might just be storage eventually. I'll have to think about that. Alright, I've been so focused on this that I haven't looked at the time. We have 4 minutos. I think library construction, we could probably say it's good. That's a beautiful looking library. Let me get a nice looking, what do you call it? A screenshot. Wow. Oh, let's go wide. Let's go wide with it. You guys get to an inside look in the production of this. Beautiful. And let's get back to something more tolerable. Also, I realize the accessibility thing on the bottom right where you can see all the sounds. Let me know if you guys hate that. Just, you know, give me a heads up, because, you know, just let me know. I find it very useful, which is why I do that, but others might find that annoying. So, LMK in the comments below. LMK stands for let me know, for those of you who don't like acronyms. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you guys love watching me organize. So we'll call that good. We'll say library construction complete. And I will work on populating this. Hey, see, look at this, look at this. You just stand there, boom, it comes out the side. So I don't even need this. I just thought I was so cool for making that. Useless. Absolutely useless. I'm gonna leave the bottom ladders out for now. You don't really need them to climb the ladder. Oh, last piece. Where are the shelves? Do I have any more shelves? I put them all away. Okay, before we're done, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, hurry up. I just noticed something that is off. Gotta make it look good. Symmetry is nice, despite those who say otherwise. That, my friends, is a beautiful library. We got little study, we got, you know, this, just imagine, it's like a little chess table, okay, for the smart librarian people. Look, we got little study sections here, chairs. I think we could put some signs on them. I don't know. If the carpet's in the way, then maybe not, and that's just how they look. Let me know what you think of the carpet. Let me know what you think about this whole build. I hope you guys, I don't know, learned something today. At least, you know, got some ideas. Problem solving, right? So we have intersected here, so we managed to make a cool looking, you know, who doesn't want a fireplace in their library where there's a whole bunch of flammable books? Who doesn't want that? We're not playing this game to be realistic, okay? I mean, we kind of like to build realistic looking stuff, but we're in a game of blocks. And I guess, I don't know, last but not least, I'll introduce you to Carlos and Johnny. They just love to wander in from the nether, and I love to put them in boats. Let me know if you have any ideas for where I can put our friends. they're going to keep coming, so they need a place to live. A zombie piglin-friendly place to live. Bastion is an idea for another episode. What else? A raid. Somebody mentioned I could do a raid. I would really love to clean up the outdoors here. Get those guys in a shelter. Make a automated pumpkin melon farm. I need to build silos. I finished the Great Flat, if you couldn't tell. So, oh, and I bought cactus from a wandering trader. Yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see me do next, and I will figure out what to do next based on that. If I don't get any comments, well, then I'm just going to do whatever the heck I want, and it's your fault if you're bored watching this because you didn't leave a comment. Also, feel free to like and subscribe, but that is it for our episode today. I am just gonna YOLO this. Wait, what episode is this? Cancel. 6, 7. Wait, yeah, I can count. 8. Episode 8 is in the books, literally. That being said, everybody, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next episode of Lunchcraft. Bye-bye.